food into the dog bowl. But the magic is that the dog food was transferred to the ancient general's offering bowl. The soldiers who had been hungry for 3 days were shocked to see the dog food. Everyone ate it up like a delicacy. It had the taste of salt and meat. This was a delicacy they had never tasted before. The girl on the other side turned around and found that the dog food in the dog bowl had disappeared. She poured a large bag into the dog bowl again, but the dog food disappeared again. The general held the dog food in his hand and thought that it must be a blessing from the gods. So he immediately enshrined the basin. But the girl on the other side, the girl curiously put the dog bowl under the faucet. She wanted to try how much water the bowl could hold, but she forgot to turn off the faucet overnight. The next day, she found that there was not a drop of water in the bowl, and that general was besieged by the enemy a few days ago. He had long been cut off from food and water. It was the water sent by the woman that solved the problem for the soldiers. In order to express his gratitude to the gods, the general burned a few talismans and threw them into the bowl. The girl who was staring at the bowl had her face blackened. She was very curious about what was going on, but the next second, thick black smoke came out of the bowl again. The angry girl threw it to the ground. Then she grabbed the bone the dog was chewing and threw it hard into the basin. But the thing she threw happened to be picked up by the kneeling general. The general thought the god had appeared again. The soldiers were moved to tears. The girl was very surprised that the basin was not full. So she picked up canned dog food, ham, and other food and threw them into the basin. The soldiers were stunned. After receiving the god's favor many times, the general wrote a letter to express his gratitude. At the same time, he also recorded the current predicament. Then he put the letter into the treasure bowl. At this time, the girl who was still angry was still throwing garbage into the basin. When the girl saw the letter, she found that it was written by an ancient general. The letter seemed to call her a god, and hoped that she could help them. But the girl thought it was a prank and threw the letter on the ground. But she thought about it carefully. What if what was said in the letter was true? So the girl decided to give the general a try. She remembered that there was expired food at home. And when the general received the food, he was very happy. In order to thank the gods, they took out the jewelry and gold they thought were the most precious. When the girl saw these things, she was completely stunned. She has achieved financial freedom and advance in this life.